Hello, everyone. I am Elite Geek, and I am here to talk a little bit about gaming leadership. Something that I notice that is missing in our community is skills that give people confidence to be who they are. And what I've noticed in my career as a leader in business is that people tend to shy away from the more interesting aspects of leadership because they want to be in a comfortable space. If they can be more confident, that comfortable space can grow. And that provides an opportunity for much more enjoyment. I hope this to be a series. We'll see how the reaction is from people. This is my first attempt at any type of content creation, so bear with me as I grow in that area. But I wanted to kind of give an overview of the things that I want to touch on in this potential series. Just to give you an introduction, I am a um, I've been a leader in business for many years. I've learned that my skills have grown over time, and I'm learning every day still. And something that I really want to bring into is gaming is a passion of mine, and a lot of these skills are lacking. And I find that by applying some of these skills, you can have a lot more fun in many games and in many communities. So, why I wanted to make this series is I want to bring that awareness to what these areas are that might be lacking in various communities. What you're going to see is that a lot of these are going to resonate in MMOs or multiplayer games that you might play with your friends or um, queue up and play with random people, which can be a whole different challenge, which we'll touch on. And I want everybody to unlock a confidence that they can speak to who they are and where they are in the community, and that will help them to enjoy those areas a lot more. Um, so imagine this for a minute. These are some of the common pitfalls that I have seen. And I'm sure these will either some or all of them will resonate with you. Have you been angry with others that are around you, whether it be friends that you've been gaming with for years? Is it a person that's in your um, random match queue? That happens frequently to me, and I'm sure it happens frequently for you. Do you have frustrations about certain individuals in your group that are part of your community that are in there regularly, and you're not quite sure how to handle it? So your frustration grows over time. Or do you have a desire for progression that might not be understood by your guild leadership, by your group leadership? Maybe you want to do a little bit more in that leadership. Maybe you just want the title. These are all things that are important for you to understand and have as a focus in your mind. Um, so when you look at the different areas in leadership, your mind might immediately jump to, well, I'm not a guild leader, or I'm not the organizer of groups or game nights or events. This doesn't apply to me. Um, I challenge you with that to say that it starts with individual peers and the community that you're within that you can apply these to. You will find that if you build your skills, the community around you and your peers will be the wind in your sails to potentially have a title of a guild leader or something like that. And that's important to know that you may or may not want that, and you don't have to. And that leads me into my next point, that the first step you really want to dive into is defining your personal values. This is something that I've done with uh, employees of mine in the past, and it's something that I've spent a lot of time dwelling on myself of who am I and what is important to me. Um, you can't push that on others, but you can make people aware of it. And if you are confident in who you are and who you want to be, then you will find that you'll be confident in making sure that the people around you and the positions that you put yourself into, you can speak to them and you can convey what those important factors are and put yourself up for success. You want to be able to have that confidence to speak to those personal values. If somebody is is doing something contrary to those items, it's important for you to speak out about that and bring that up. And your first thought might be going, well, that's awkward. That's not cool. That's going to be weird. I do gaming to go escape from those. But what you'll find is that if they are important to you and you have defined your values in your mind or on a piece of paper in front of you, it becomes very easy to talk to those and say, "Hey, I don't appreciate that type of behavior, or that's not what I'm into. I would like to do something different, or speak differently, or behave differently." That's all goes back to what you are. So it is important to have that foundation. Something that I also see that is a good leader is somebody who's a good listener. A lot of the principles that I apply to my leadership style is related around the book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And in there's a quote of, to be interesting, be interested. And that's something that I try to apply in my life and to the people around me. You want to um, be adaptive to who they are. Ask questions about how they're feeling or what their thoughts are on things. Um, People will gravitate to that because you will be a good listener. You'll be interested in them. And what you'll find is people will reciprocate to that type of style. And again, it goes back to, if people are reciprocating and they are aware of who you are and what your values are, that they will be more inclined to listen and comply with your personal beliefs, your personal values. And you'll also find that when you're interested in others, is that you'll be able to create a safe space for new and old friends. People will be will see you as somebody who is more inclusive, somebody who's more open to new ideas and new values that you may not have seen from other areas, who might not be as interested in them. And that's important for me, because you get more satisfaction and more engagement and more compliance to give yourself a happy and positive gaming environment. And that's super important to do. And you can build that by following these principles. And it makes a much happier gaming experience for you, no matter what environment, no matter what your title is. So, again, this is a brief touch on what we want to get into in this series. I'm very interested in diving a bit deeper into these topics, especially based around if you are a guild leader at the moment, if you are an officer in a guild at the moment, or a group leader. You have that title, you might have some responsibilities. How do you build into that? How do you continue to have fun and be engaged in that type of role? I also want to get into, if when you're not a leader with a title, how do you be a leader of your peers? How do you be a leader of your community? What are the things that you can do to promote a positive environment for people? And how do you get that engagement? And again, you might be thinking, this is a lot of work for me. This is a lot of work that I'll have to put into this. And what you'll find is that it's not. The work is really upfront within yourself. And once you gain that confidence in what you can do, you will be able to have the confidence to make that safe, fun environment, relaxing environment that you play games in the first place for. So I'm really excited to talk about this further. Really excited to hear some feedback. I really don't see a lot of this topic being discussed online when it's something that millions of people participate in. So I think it's important to be able to have that context around it. So once again, this has been Elite Geek. I appreciate everybody for listening. I'm excited to hear feedback as I continue this series. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it.